OTA Sports Commish Chuck Licata joins us in studio. How's the Fantasy League going? What does the rest of the season look like with the impending lockdown? We'll discuss. Plus, this week's picks, last week's results, and an update on the road to Barbecue 2020. We'll talk college ball and how Michigan is tanking. Who will be Michigan's next head coach? How much longer will the election go? Does the president have any traction in his claims of voter fraud? What evidence has actually been presented? How will the country move forward from this fiasco? We're almost done with the nightmare that is 2020. What are your plans for a lockdown holiday season? Will this be an actual virtual holiday? If you are a creator or a musical act and would like to have a platform on this show for your stuff, contact me at mikeallensports@gmail.com. OTA Sports Commissioner Chuck Licata is here. Mad Mike, Leland Freeman, along with producer extraordinaire Alex Lee are here. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Radio Man Cave, and you are now on the air. The views and opinions on the Air with Mike Allen show do not reflect the views and opinions of other shows associated with Fort Kick-Ass Productions. This show is not suitable for viewers under the age of 18. Viewer discretion is advised. All right, welcome to the show. I'm Mike Allen. In the studio tonight, we have Leland Freeman, the producer, Alexander Lee, and Mad Mike in his new lair. We'll be checking that out. Chuck Licata will be coming in, and we'll be talking to him soon. But welcome to the show. The United States of America is at a crossroads. In my opinion, we are divided, not by race, not by religion, sex, or social economic status, although all those have... Leland, there is a 35-second delay.
I have nothing but green lights.
Nothing but green lights in there. Producer says we're good, right? Good evening, and welcome to the show. The United States of America is at a crossroads. In my opinion, we are divided not by race, not by religion, not by social economic status, even though all those have a part in the division, but by ideologies. An ideology that we as individuals have decided to adapt. And as a collective, we have bought into the ideology so hard that in some cases it has become a part of our personality. And unfortunately, when that happens, we lose a sense of who we are and who we can be. We have become so divided that now, if you don't follow an ideology lockstep, and you will be attacked, doxxed, harassed, and people are losing their jobs because they're reported online and chased down. And if you have a rally to protest, or if you just have a rally to support your ideology, the opposing ideology shows up, and there's almost always violence. It's gotten to the point where that people are already showing up to rallies in battle gear. And this is both sides, the left and the right. I got into a conversation with a guy online about being prepared for battle and also being prepared for battle or being spoiling for a battle, spoiling for a fight, prepared for a fight or spoiling to a fight. He actually made the connection between police officers. Police officers carry guns. They have bulletproof vests. When they show up to a call, they are prepared to fight. The only difference is that when police officers show up to a call, they're not going there looking for a fight. As a matter of fact, coming from law enforcement, I can tell you right now that the last thing I wanted to do was to go hands-on with anybody, because that involves paperwork, and I hated paperwork. So when you show up to when you find out about a rally, and it's the ideology that you don't agree with, and you put on all your battle gear and show up to counter-protest, you are not prepared to defend yourself. You are spoiling for a fight. And you can argue with me that all day long, but facts is facts. If you really want to get your point across peacefully, have your own rally. Show up, voice your opinion, and understand that just because someone doesn't agree with you, the only way for you to win isn't to eliminate them and their opinion. That's not how this country was built. As a matter of fact, this country was built on 2 ideologies, maybe even 3, and a common conversation of discourse, not necessarily to eliminate the other ideology, but to come to common ground. I just can't be right-wing conservative anymore. I can't be a Republican, that believes in free market capitalism, that believes in individual sovereignty, that believes in individual responsibility, that thinks that can hold the belief that everybody has an equal opportunity to become unequal. Now, in order to embrace that ideology, I have to hate homosexuals. I have to push legislation through a government that I already think is too big to prevent 2 people from marrying each other if they're of the same gender. I have to push I have to push a theology of Christianity and not support other religions, even though in this country we should be free to have any religion that we choose to believe in. And to be a left-wing liberal, I can no longer just concentrate on social programs and how to help others. Now I have to hate the right, and I have to call them all Nazis and fascists, and there's no bending of any will. And both ideologies believe that in order for one to exist, the other one can't exist. And the common denominator in all this is that the left doesn't trust the government and thinks it's systemically racist. The right doesn't trust the government and thinks that it's too big and too much of a bureaucracy. But in both cases, in order to enforce their will, they call upon that same government. It just doesn't make any sense. And why is it that the common denominator that both ideologies turn to is the one that's pulling the strings, the one that's guiding the ideological conversation and pushing the division through media and through even our elected officials? Well, it's simple. Divided, we fall. Divided, we can't pay attention to everything that's going on at a government level. Divided, we can't stand as one and vote people into office. We have to settle for the lesser of 2 evils. And if we can be kept off balance, then we can be manipulated. Perfect example is this war, the systemic racism that the left is convinced that the government is systemically racist. Well, we've been duped into attacking the very tip of that system in the police officers. People like you and me that are doing a job. We're identifying them as the problem when they are reaction. They're a reaction to the laws that they have been sworn to upkeep that we're responsible for through our elected officials. So instead of attacking police officers, defunding them and taking them off the street, how about we go after the system that's supposedly systemically racist? How about we get rid of privatized prisons, legalize marijuana, end the war on drugs, since, that's going well? How about we, as taxpayers, we pay our government to fund and we vote in a district attorney and their team of prosecutors. So we are paying for the lawyers that we'll be going up against if we are accused of a crime. But by right, we have legal representation. By right of the Constitution, we should have legal representation. So along with the Department of District Attorney, why don't we have a taxpayer-funded defense attorney, public defender's office, we'll call it. So a PA and a DA. That way, if you go to court and it's found that you don't have the funds necessary to defend yourself, there's an office of lawyers that are paid for by the taxpayers that can defend you if you can't do it on your own. See, things like that will break it down. Because right now, if you go to court and the judge gives you one of these lawyers to defend you, well, they're going to plea out because they're not getting paid any money. There's no monetary value to what's going on there. They just want to clear the docket. So that's why we load up our jails with people who plead out. They might be completely innocent, but the choices they're given are go to court and maybe get 10 years, or we can plead down to 2 and you can see your family in 6 months with good behavior. And that's how we fill our privatized prisons. But I digress. So the first thing we need to do to fix this, and this is just my opinion, you can come up with your own. We need to turn our back on an ideology. We need to stop being Republicans and Democrats and liberals and conservatives. We need to be sovereign human beings. Break away from that information and start thinking for ourselves. Everybody should practice at a bare minimum of at least 2 days of no social media, no news, nothing. If you think about it, what's going on in the world really has nothing to do with how you get to work in the morning, unless it's a traffic report. It has nothing to do with about the taxes you pay, unless it's somebody that you voted for. But the stuff that's going on downtown, the murders, the riots, the thought process that you're being spoon-fed to elicit your emotions, you could do without it, trust me. And you'll feel a whole lot better. And then start questioning why. Look for resources. Look for answers. Don't just settle with the thing that makes you feel good or makes you angry. Dig into it deeper. And then go vote. Go vote at the local level first. Get involved in your local politics if you want to. Find good leaders and promote them so we don't end up with Biden-Trump or Trump-Hillary Clinton or the lesser of two evils over and over and over again. And that's what we can do to make this country better anyway. But the most important thing we need to do is just engage with our fellow humans. I can't tell you how important it is just to walk out your front door and go talk to your neighbor. Go to the store and engage people. Say hi. Just be kind to one another. And it doesn't matter. Find out about the people that live around you. Think to yourself, how long have you lived in the house you lived in, and what's your neighbor's name? If you don't know, then I think we're all doing it wrong. Thank you for listening. Let's get on with the show. Welcome into the studio, Leland. How you doing, man? How we holding out, buddy? We holding out?
We're holding.
You got to turn your mic on.
It is on.
Your mic's on?
It's on.
Now mic's off. Now the mic's on. I labeled them for you, man.
Red. I got the red.
Well, I didn't want anybody interrupting you.
Oh,
So.
well, no, yeah, all right.
I didn't even have. I had the mic just sitting on the couch.
Yeah. So Leland's here. Leland, how we holding out though, man? You stopped wearing your hat. Are we still
Yeah, what's
pushing?
your hat, bud?
We're still pushing it.
Are we still pushing
We're
it?
still pushing it. But
You still think he's gonna win?
You're
yes,
pushing
I do.
it like you're pushing rope.
Depends how stiff the rope is. And then the reason why I stopped wearing the hat is that I wore the hat to cover up the fact I needed a haircut, and I had a haircut.
Right over his head.
Also,
Did
in
you get a
his
haircut?
new
Did you get all of them cut?
in his new little niche, in his little area of the world, Mad Mike. How you liking it back there, buddy?
It's
Oh,
literally like right there.
welcome to the
Just letting your jewels hang out.
hole, the Davis hole,
The Davis hole.
also known as the D hole
God.
in all its glory.
I was actually just going to name that the shame corner.
The shame corner.
He's in timeout.
The
Yeah,
corner of
you're
shame.
ashamed 'cause
Is Leland's mic coming over? Because I'm not hearing it
I'm
in
not
my
hearing it
headphones.
either. No.
I mean, I think I can hear it.
I'm not messing with them.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
All right. You can hear mine though, right?
Yeah.
I can hear yours.
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you. Just
I can hear it now.
I can barely hear you. All right, that's fine. I'll get it figured out. Don't worry about it.
All right.
all
Keep
right.
talking.
So what do you think, man? Are you going to let me ask you this, Leland. Why are we still pursuing this?
We're still pursuing this because there is
That's mine.
You're good.
It's in order.
it. We're pursuing. Okay.
Now mine's up too high. There you go. It's a new system.
Yeah. You guys are good. Just keep
So
talking.
we're pursuing this because of the fact that there's evidence of election fraud, widespread election fraud, using the Dominion voting systems.
Okay, so I've seen this on the news. I've seen the president's representatives talking about it.
I've seen it on PBS.
I've seen it on PBS. However, I have yet to see any of this information, and it's almost like we have the information, so make sure you support us, and we're going to disclose it after the president is the president.
Well, the fact is that the information has to be disclosed. The actual nuts and bolts of the information has to be disclosed in court filings to the court, not beforehand. There's a whole legal procedure. I mean, you know this.
So then why say anything then? Why say anything?
It's standard operating procedure where you say just enough to say this is what we have without going into details until you get to the point of.
Where's Chuck's microphone?
Here we go.
Well, this is what I was going to say, and it's like, why
And I'm really digging these new wireless mics as well.
And my rebuttal to that is, how's a rainbow made? How does a sun set?
Rainbow.
How does a posi-track rear end on a Plymouth work? I don't know. It just does.
A rainbow is made by the refraction of light rays from the sun in the water vapor in the atmosphere.
Okay, that's another reference that just went like right the hell over your head.
Yep.
I mean,
The sun is a fusion reactor, and the positraction, the way it works is
Do you just get Leland to talk about a positrack? Somebody run that mic out here to Chuck too.
ow. Yeah.
I'm working.
How's it go, Chuck?
Don't get up from your comfy chair.
I'm just gonna.
You know, Raiders doing a good job because we're both wearing shorts and she's just covering our legs.
Check.
There it
There
is.
we go.
All right,
Wait, when you
we
hear
got
that,
it.
Why is mine not on?
Yeah, you sound like crap. No offense. I think that was on purpose.
Chuck, how you doing, my man?
What's up, guys?
So,
Nice.
when's he gonna give up, man? When's Trump just gonna give up with this thing?
Oh, he's not.
we got it. We're good.
He's not.
He's not.
You made me come all the way out.
I came all the way out here, man.
You know what? That's the most you've moved all week. So
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
he's not giving up. It's going to be a while, right? Right?
Yeah, basically what's going to happen is that the legal proceedings take years.
Can you
and
hear him?
I can barely hear
I can
myself.
barely hear him.
Is your mic on, Leland?
It is on.
Is the red light on in there?
Yeah.
Check.
I could barely hear you too. So
No, there's batteries in it.
turn the pots up on that one. Basically, what's going to happen
Hey,
is
smartass, you want to come in here and get it figured out then? You can look at this. Not you. Okay. You're good.
you're asking.
I don't have any problem with you.
Yeah, they're brand new. No, they're brand new.
So basically, what's going to happen is it's going to take more than what's today's date, the 16th, and they're supposed to
is.
vote on the 14th of December. It's going to take more than 28 days for everything to be laid out. So what's going to happen is that the courts are probably going to put an injunction and says that do not certify the particular electors in those states, which means it goes to Congress. And it goes by state delegations in the House of Representatives, which means that Trump is going to get elected by Congress to be president. And the fact that there has been precedent to elect the president by Congress before. Jefferson was one.
Okay, so-
John Adams was another.
Okay, so not since the 1700s
Hey.
has this ever happened. Now, what voting machines were they using in the 1700s that were hacked?
They didn't have machines
Ye
that were
olde
hacked.
Dominion.
The Old Dominion.
The old, that's great.
The old Dominion freight lines.
The Old Dominion.
Come on, Dave. Hold on, we found an old wagon.
Hey, the Pony Express is probably more reliable than the Postal Service any day of the week.
You know what? It takes 45 minutes for me to drive here. That line right there.
The whole trip is worth it. Oh, my God.
I'm surprised you didn't bring one of your dogs with.
No, not tonight. Anyways,
Anyways.
you should have known better than to ask him an open-ended question like that, though. I mean,
Well, you know.
it's like, all right, be quiet for 10 minutes because he's going to talk. And don't get me wrong, you got great information, but
Only 10 minutes? More like an hour.
right. By the way,
Wait, so
nice,
hold on.
real
Sadly,
quick.
he can only produce 2 minutes.
By the way, nice.
That's what
monologue.
she said.
Nice monologue on the way in. I like the fact of the greatest thing was, and my parents identify with this. And
Yeah.
my dad passed away 3 years ago. My mom's, just to the point where she just doesn't aware of what's going on. Man, back in the day, everybody knew everybody's neighbors. When you lived in a house, apartment, whatever, you knew everybody.
It's like the Cheers theme.
Yeah. It really is.
Everybody knows your name.
Do me a favor. Next time, just say it. Don't.
Yeah,
say it.
don't do that.
Please don't do that.
All right.
But seriously, it'd be so nice if people would just become human again.
Yeah.
You know? It was a great monologue. I enjoyed it.
Well, you could thank technology for making people hermits because instead of having to get out and go to a sporting event and have some beers with some friends or theater, whether it's stage or film, or just going out to dinner. I mean, the fact that this lockdown has exacerbated everything. Oh, just do everything by the device. Meet via Zoom. Get all your stuff in takeout. Don't meet with people. Socially distant. I think it's exacerbating the problem that was already happening, where people were being distracted by their device and they would rather watch a game. If they're in the stadium, they'd rather be watching the game on their phone than actually looking out over the stands and actually seeing the events happening transpire before their eyes.
I have never seen that happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest problem is for people like me, because I'm more human than human. It's
Explain that. What does that mean?
Oh, it's easy. I'm going to mumble in the microphone a couple of words followed by.
Now yours is really low. How come yours is really low now?
Or let's use a perfect example. Let's say Chuck, you're a world famous sportscaster, right? Oh my God, it's Chuck Licata. Let me get this on film, and I'm not looking at your face at all. I'm looking at you through my phone.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yep.
Yeah.
People do that all the time.
That's how you're supposed to get the nice high-res shots of Chuck for later.
Now, I will say this, though. As bad as it's been, as much as it divided us, there have been some really good things that will come out of this when we get back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, like drive-through liquor purchases.
Yeah. That's a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess people need to get back to drinking. That's what makes people friendlier with people, right?
Yeah. That could
I
be.
think that's what makes Austin so friendly. People are like,
Yeah.
come on, man, it's the weekend.
Booze.
Chill out.
They're like, yeah, it's hard to be an asshole if you're wasted. I mean, sorta.
That's true. That's true.
Some people become a-holes when they're wasted, but, it's a
Yeah.
different story. That's
Yeah, but
another
those
story.
people suck.
Hey, Alex, do me a
they suck
favor.
before we come in. Right
Yo.
When you see one of the wireless mics, when Chuck's talking, there's a volume knob on the wireless mic control panel. Is that one turned down?
Is it turned down?
Yeah, because I can barely hear him. And I can barely hear, well, I was hearing Mike pretty
Mike
good.
actually got a little
I
bit
was also
softer.
All of them are
talking
pretty
louder
up,
into
pretty
the
high.
thing.
Go ahead. Check.
Testing, because I can hear mine like really
You're
loud.
good.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
And wherever the red mic is sounds great too.
Yeah.
So
And yours is really low now, like really low.
mine is really low.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yours became low.
Do you have an attenuator?
Since I got here, yours became low.
Oh shit. I mean,
I don't know if he's talking into it
All
directly.
right, hold on.
maybe, yeah,
Keep-
maybe
keep
I'm not
talking.
talking directly
Okay.
into it.
Yeah, is it going through some sort of compressor limiter or something? Some sort of mic attenuator?
Well, what happened?
Anyway. Yeah, there we
It's
go.
still
It's
Mike's.
drippy.
Yeah, we
Sorry.
Yeah, there you go.
sounds in the mic.
Hey, so Mad Mike, is Russell Wilson still the MVP of the league? That's what I want to know.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
You sure?
for sure. Still,
What's happened to him? They've lost a couple
Well,
games lately.
because the economy and Trump.
Oh my God!
No,
Worried about his
come
stock
on.
options.
Seriously,
That's what's happening right now. okay?
are you getting this?
I'm no. What happened with the Cy Young Award?
Well, the other thing is too. because
Garrett Cole
of-
got shafted
because
again.
Of OPEC and
No.
everything else, he's just weighing his options for the discernible future. Just in
Okay.
case football doesn't work out. I mean,
Okay.
he doesn't want to get injured and is playing terribly.
Okay. All right. You know what? You go to bed with that. Okay.
Yeah.
If that makes you sleep well at night, then you go with that.
Oh yeah, my favorite thing is to literally blame everything on the economy. So it's like this isn't doing too hot right now. Economy.
All right. Let's not talk sports until Mike says we can talk sports. It's his show.
Okay.
But by the way, just want to announce that we will be coming back. The relaunch of the On Deck Circle is coming.
You want-
Wait, is that gonna mean Patty's gonna come back?
I hope so.
Because that, if he doesn't,
There we go.
Let's try this one.
Gonna say
Hey,
Yeah, that sounds better.
It's connected.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Bada bing.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, what happened was,
What?
That's yours.
That's yours.
That's yours.
yeah, Mike Allen did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is yours.
That's yours. What was rattling?
The batteries.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
What is it?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
What do you? Is that a shake weight now?
A shake?
Yeah.
A shake weight.
All right.
Shake weight. Shake
There it
weight
is.
hard towards
Hey.
the
There it
face.
is.
Hey.
No,
Now it's
still
working.
not.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you? Better?
Better. Yeah.
Okay.
Yours is too
All right,
loud, though.
fellas. Let's do a
Here.
mic check real quick.
Hey.
Everybody
Larry,
introduce
how's
themselves
that
and tell
sound?
me your
Leland,
favorite.
you're not trying to get a date. Don't hold it right up to your mouth, okay? There you go.
That's funny. I was about to say, tell me what your ideal first date would be.
He's like
She pays for it.
tromping on somebody else's.
All right.
Who said chivalry was dead?
Well, so the show
Yes. The On Deck Circle is coming back
starting back in January, right?
January 11th. Yep. And
Good
it'll
deal.
be 8 to 9 leading into this wonderful show. Yep. It's going to be all sports. It's not going to be the high school stuff that we tried before. Just straight up sports.
Just-
We're going to talk about.
Curling,
Yep.
hockey.
Curling.
Well, you know, they're
Cornholes.
talking about closing,
Hell yes.
shutting everything down again, and even getting rid of the NFL.
Yep. Heard about that.
That was discussed today, as a matter of fact, on one of the when the lockdown happens, everything stops for 6 to 8 weeks, and I think one of the reports was that they're looking at a 15-week solid lockdown. No one can leave their homes. They're going to make sure that, you know,
What is this?
I don't-
Nationwide?
yeah, nationwide, NPR.
Yeah.
It was on NPR.
Please,
Dude, I'm sorry. No
do
way.
it.
That would be January 20th if Trump doesn't win his legal defenses.
Yeah, this is the one that's having issues.
This is the one that's having
Don't
issues.
give him that. You keep that mic.
I
You
hope-
keep the mic.
I hope
Hand
that-
me that one.
Hey, me.
All right.
Yeah.
Hand.
Here, that one. There.
Okay.
This is the one that works.
This is the one that works.
Yeah, it sounds
yeah.
fine.
And does this one work? This
Yeah.
is.
It's very quiet.
No, that one works fine. I could hear it just.
You can hear this.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Do I need to turn up y'all's headphones, maybe?
You can hear this. No, because I can hear mine really good. You can hear this.
Yeah.
Barely.
Well,
I can barely hear it. I can hear mine fine through my
well,
headphones.
maybe you're all ridiculous.
All right.
That's all right.
Anyway,
I mean, it's
Yeah,
tough,
whatever.
dude. Like,
So that would be
everything-
January 20th because Trump said he would not lock down the country as long as he is the president.
Well, and again, that's out of his hands now because he's lost the election.
He's still president.
has
at
lost
he's
the
still
election.
president until at least January 20th.
And then after January 20th,
When's the Super Bowl, Chuck?
It's like
well,
February
yeah.
2nd. February.
yeah, it's February
February.
2nd.
February 2nd.
So basically, we would have the regular season, we would have some of the playoffs, but then nothing.
okay, so
So you're holding out for Trump to win so that you can watch
watch the
football.
Super Bowl. That's what I heard. Okay, so here's
Well,
my.
well, either way,
I don't.
I don't know how they can enforce that.
Yeah, it's America.
Okay,
It's not
let me
like
tell you because I was about to
Europe.
start it, and you guys started all yammering on about your
Go
stupid
for it.
ideas.
Here you go.
So
Camera's
what's
on you.
what's going to happen in order to make sure people with COVID aren't going out and about? They're going to start driving around with door gunners, and they're just going to be shooting at people, and they'll be like, anybody who stands has COVID, and anybody.
that's not going to work in the rural counties. They'll shoot
Yeah, no
back.
kidding.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's what's gonna
amen.
happen. You know, anybody who runs away
That ain't gonna work in Texas.
has
No.
COVID, and anybody stands.
It's not going to work in
has
Montana, South
extra
Dakota.
COVID.
Everybody's gonna walk around with a shotgun or a pistol and
That's
say,
what's gonna happen.
"You're gonna
They're
shoot me? I'm gonna shoot you right
They're
back."
just gonna go and shoot people with the COVIDs when they leave their house.
This is ridiculous.
That's how it's gonna happen. Okay.
Now I will say this: Italy was one of the first countries that had it really, really bad. They locked down for 2 months. I mean, they forced lockdown, and after that, they were fine.
And
That's what I
they're,
heard.
they're spiking again.
Well, I think everybody's spiking.
The one
Who's
country
not
that
spiking.
Sweden, which never had a lockdown.
I was gonna say, but who lives
yeah.
in
Okay,
Sweden?
but Sweden is literally smaller than the population of Houston, so they don't count as a
Exactly.
country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody that
Yeah.
actually has populations is
Right.
like, oh shit, I think we got the COVID again. Other than like Japan, because well,
Hey, how did Japan beat the thing?
Well,
they have the
yeah, 'cause
they
they
have the
had-
deepest population density at all, unless they got a herd immunity
had
really quick.
Super hard lockdowns.
Yeah, they pretty much told everybody's like
Stay home.
stay home or
Well, yeah, and let me guess, they're not letting anyone into the country, so that's probably.
Yeah,
that's
basically.
it.
Well, they're an island.
And you can also
Exactly.
do
Well, I mean,
whatever the
New
hell
Zealand
you
doesn't have it either.
want. Yeah.
If I remember correctly, they're pretty.
Oh, New Zealand. Too.
Well, there you go with your
Another island.
population density. It's
Yeah,
about as
another
big as it's got less of a population than Sweden, probably.
It's probably got a little bit more. It's a bigger island.
Yeah, it's a bigger island,
much bigger.
sort of.
Yeah.
There's more usable space, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
isn't
true.
frozen tundra.
They
That's
also
true.
have Kiwis, which are
Yep.
cool.
All right. I know the audio is low. We got these new wireless mics, and I already broke mine.
Okay, seriously, how'd you
What do you
break
mean
it?
you
How'd you
broke
break
yours?
it?
I was pushing the button up, and the little light thing popped out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know?
Nice.
And we've got the gain turned all the way up because I can hear it in my headphones that the gain's turned up.
Okay.
So it's I don't know. Maybe $130 microphones aren't the way to go. Maybe gotta
I don't know.
bump up the quality and send these
Well,
back.
To be honest with you, you really need to get the Shure SHURE. You get the Shure mics, and it's solid.
Yeah,
for
I
3-4
don't have
years.
$1,200
Yeah, I know.
to buy the Shure setup that
I
would
know.
do this.
Yeah.
All donations can be sent to Mike
Yeah,
Allen.
yeah, we have a Patreon. We got to get that going. We got to get that set
You
up.
should.
The Mike Allen PTR fund is what I just heard.
Yeah, that's yeah,
Like
exactly.
an Icon
exactly.
PTR fund.
Yeah, because right now I got mics really low. This mic is low. This one's okay. Mine's
Yeah,
okay.
you got-
Alex's for some
you-
reason is really low, and you're hardwired in.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over here.
Wow.
I don't know what I'm
Check the
doing.
compressor.
Hey, yeah, you go check the.
It's
Says
not
the
the
guy.
compressor.
Says the
The
guy.
compressor is hooked up to all the channels.
Do you know? Do you know?
It's not an
Yes, I do know how to. Yeah, so that means its gain's low. Is this mic go through a preamp, or is it just, or does the board have its own
Everything
preamp?
goes through a preamp.
Okay.
Does it have an external preamp, or does the board have its own preamp?
Both.
I don't like when I'm leaking preamp.
But everything's set the same. So that mic is really extremely loud. So
Right.
I would rather not
Here.
you not have that because you're going to scream at one point, and I don't want to blow my eardrums out.
how's that one?
Okay. I'll hold mine down here. Seriously.
And all these are set at the same thing, but they're all the different level. I'll play with it. I'll play with it.
Hey, this is a great setup, though. Congratulations.
It is.
This is great.
And it's going to get better. All this is going to get cleaned out. We're going to have a performance space for bands that come in. These lights are temporary, and I'm going to use these for making videos and stuff. These cameras, of course, are temporary. We're going to get nice big cameras in here, and then lights in here. That fan's going away. We're going to have actual
Right.
studio lighting that will
Yeah.
be controlled.
Now,
by,
see, and what you've explained about over the years is something I'm going to do, too. For my show, I'm going to get some live performers in here as well. We're going to have fun with that.
yeah,
That's
do whatever
going to
you
be a
want.
common thread between the two of us. You know, it's like, okay, who do you want to have this week? I've got somebody, blah, blah, blah. We'll figure out a way to make it work for both of us. That's going to be fun because that's going to highlight local people. That's
Yeah.
what we want to do.
Yep, that was the whole point. Is that new content creators? I wanted to give them an outlet. And speaking of new content creators, and go ahead and shut off everybody's mic but mine now, Alex, because we're going to go into a very talented young director named David Gutierrez. Contacted me last summer and cast me in a series that has been picked up for season 2. And you can go to the series. We're going to put the link in the description of the show after the show's done, or if you're on the Air with Mike Allen group, it's posted every Thursday is a new episode. This week, my episode premiered, so we're going to watch that right now. And when we come back, NFL picks, the fact that I won both my fantasy leagues, scoring less than 90 points in each game, and all that sort of fun stuff. So we'll be right back. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Radio Man Cave, and you are on the air.
Got jumped by a gang of rabid Girl Scouts. Need to find food and toilet paper soon.
Hey, man, hey. I swear, I don't have anything. Those damn Girl Scouts, they took it all from me, okay? I promise.
Yeah, I saw him beat your ass. Pretty sad and pathetic to see a grown man cry like that.
I wasn't crying, okay? They kicked dirt into my eyes. And I have seasonal allergies.
Look, I'm trying to help you out.
Why? I have nothing, man. Why would you want to help me?
You got something.
Oh, no, man, that's not gonna work out. It's nothing against you. I'm just not that way, and I don't even...
Hey, you look like a man who needs some supplies.
Are those Cool Ranch Doritos?
It wasn't my proudest moment.
Fine. Whatever you want.
I did what I had to do to survive.
All right, welcome back to the show. We have in studio Chuck Licata. Who's on his phone? Because that's what our guests do when they come on here.
I'm just following Matt and Mike's example.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why we have him in his own space.
Yeah, you're trying to think
Of a term to call that, where Mike is,
Yeah.
Like a cubby hole or something.
The corner of shame.
Yeah, I say just call it the a-hole. Thank you very much.
There it is. There it is.
He is
There
behind
it
me.
is. All right,
Oh my God,
Chuck.
Mike?
What the hell is going on with my Michigan Wolverines, man? I am used to the Lions being inept. I am used to the Detroit Tigers, not even being 47 games out of first three.
Although I'll tell you what, they hired A.J. Hinch. They're going to be much better. They're going to be a good program
Hopefully
the next
they
couple
are.
of years.
Hopefully they are.
Well, but what you don't know is, too, they've got 3 of the top 100 top minor league players in their system already. They've got a pitcher that's going to come up, and Casey Mize is up now, if you know Detroit baseball. Casey Mize is going to be a stud.
Mm-hmm.
They've got a guy down there, I forget his name, but he's like ranked number 52, 53. He's going to be better than Casey Mize.
Verlander might be going back to Detroit because he wants to pitch under pitch.
Would not be surprised.
See, now that mic's working.
We would not be surprised.
Yeah.
No, they're both working now.
Explain me this.
Hey, Davis.
A.J. Hitch had to go to Detroit.
Okay, I just saw Davis has the stuff.
But there was rumors he was going to go to the Chi Sox. But there was no way he was going to go back to the Astros. But
No, I just wanted to know if you had the picks ready. Sorry, go ahead.
The Red Sox rehired Alex Cora, who was the mastermind. It
Right.
was him and Carlos Beltran.
Carlos Beltran.
were the two masterminds, and Cora gets his job back. So Cora's the guy that was the mastermind in the Astros and the Red Sox.
Right.
And he did it over 2 teams, and yet he gets rehired as the manager of the Red Sox.
Why does this surprise you? Are you surprised by that?
No,
Of course not.
but you know why I'm not surprised about it?
Why?
Because I don't watch baseball.
And
by the way, you suck at fantasy baseball too, but that's what's up for you.
You know, I did better in fantasy baseball not doing anything than I did in although I won this week, so I'm on a 2-game win streak.
Yes, by the way,
I'm not in the
Mike
basement.
Allen winning this week again.
Yeah, I'm not in the basement in my own league.
That's right.
And in the other league, I'll be in the playoffs because I won that one.
Is there a comment from Randy Fry about your week and where you're winning this week? There's got to be because he was like, wow.
The last comment from Randy was Congress will not overturn the vote of the people.
The Constitution.
Because one of the things is that the delegates,
Oh yeah.
the electors will decide to not listen to the popular vote of the state and vote for Trump. That's the theory. Now, I don't know how much of a political career these folks that are just going to decide to do this are going to have, but if that happens, they will be out of office the next time their election comes up.
That would be the state legislators putting in the Trump electors and not the Biden electors.
Yes, and they would be fired.
They would be primaried anyway, so they're basically
That's
between
true.
A rock and a hard place. So they would rather take their chances with the general election than be primaried by their own voters. There you go.
That makes
They're
sense.
not going to get reelected if they go against the popular vote of their state.
But they're not going to win a Republican primary going against the will of the Republican voters.
No.
I mean,
No.
it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, pretty
it's
much.
a state that
Don't
went
screw
to
up.
It went to Biden.
State
and what the
principled.
theory is that the electors of the state that was awarded to Biden by the popular vote will not do the will of the people and change their vote to vote Trump.
But the Republicans that vote in the Republican primary, and that's only the Republicans, would then vote them out in the Republican primary and put someone else to meet the Democrat in the general election.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
So anyway,
So
who's
back
going
to
to be the next coach of Michigan? That's the big question I wanted to ask you.
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer is never going to be the coach at Michigan.
Hey, at least
I will tell
You
you.
knew
right
I had
now.
to throw that out there.
Look, let me tell you guys something right
You
now.
knew I had to throw that out
Let me
there.
tell you something right now.
Yes, sir.
No Ohio State football head coach will ever coach for the Michigan Wolverines.
Right.
If you want war, the civil war between the Republicans and Democrats and the stuff will be nothing.
Do you want to win?
Compared to the battle that will be waged against the administration of the University of Michigan if Urban Meyer's name ever is on a roster in Michigan.
So this is what's going to happen.
And he's not the only choice either.
Urban
Leland.
Meyer is going to go to Texas because they're going to fire Herman, and then Herman is going to be the next coach of Michigan,
Oh,
which
don't
means you're going to go from
wish that.
you're going to go from the frying pan to the fire.
No,
No.
it won't be
Oh
Herman.
God.
It won't be Herman.
I can't imagine that
won't-
they
it-
would put up with
it-
Tom Herman.
The only thing I can say about Michigan is they don't hire initially. They don't hire average coaches. When they hired
Harbaugh.
not Harbaugh.
The guy before Harbaugh.
The one that destroyed our program that we're still trying.
Oh,
to
Rich Rodriguez?
When they hired Rich Rodriguez, he was coming off, great seasons.
Oh, sure he was.
For the God dang, who was he with?
I forget who he was.
I
with.
forget, but he was coming off baller,
Oh, heck
baller
yeah.
seasons. So they hired Rich. He's the one that replaced Lloyd Carr. So then Rich Rodriguez tried to come in with this fun and gun West Coast bullshit and got out of Big Ten football, and he
Yep.
got punched in the mouth. So he leaves. And then Brady Hoke comes in, who was a great head football coach and a Michigan man. So
Right.
Brady
That certainly
Hoke comes
helped.
in and recruited awesome players, but he couldn't do anything with them. Holy cow, what are you guys doing in there?
That's why they're off camera, apparently. Oh, now we're getting static.
So who are the choices?
Mike, what are you doing with the
Who are-
microphone in there?
Kevin Sumlin, is he a choice?
No.
Hey!
Charlie, what's his name?
What's up?
Charlie Strong?
Charlie Strong.
No.
What?
No. I wouldn't wish that upon my...
See, he's not listening at
Hold on
all.
a minute, hold on a minute.
Okay.
What?
I'm out.
What's going on with the microphone in there?
What are you talking about?
What?
Yeah, Charlie Strong got his last game was
We're just
he
talking.
lost to Kansas.
No, I mean the microphone.
How
we're
do
getting,
you lose
we're getting
to
static and
Kansas?
stuff. You hear that? Oh, these microphones are trash. These microphones are going back. Anyway, where
Yes.
was that? Brady Hoke. So Brady
Brady
Hoke
Hoke, right? Mm-hmm.
was, got
Y'all
the
gotta
team.
stop yelling at me about this audio shit.
Well, I was trying to
It's
get
probably the
her-
mics. Again.
Send
not
me a
you. Don't worry
message
about
on
it. It's
that
not you, man.
Expensive tablet that you have in front of you.
Oh, is that how we do it?
It's not you, man. We know it's not you.
I was gonna say, you want to know what's gonna be the problem with Michigan?
What's that?
Here we go.
Is they're still in Michigan. So the teams will suck well into the foreseeable future.
That's just,
Until Michigan ceases to exist as a state and gets annexed by Ohio.
yeah, that's probably it.
Whoa. Sorry.
Whoa.
We lose to a nut every year.
Look, I'm just saying, maybe Michigan shouldn't have like regular sports. Maybe they should keep it to like toboggan
Oh, my
racing.
Lord.
Dear.
You do
Jeez.
nothing but
Toboggan racing.
Anyways,
How about
okay.
some hockey?
All right. So let's talk positive for Mike. Okay. Tigers bring in A.J. Hinch to manage, which is great. They've got a great farm system.
Do you think they'll get the Astros GM who's suing?
No,
the team?
Luno. No, Luno's not going to have a job anymore. Luno's done. Luno's a. Can I? Yeah, I can. This is a. Luno's an ass.
Yeah, go
He is He is a self-proclaimed ass, but he does a good job. It's just like Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is an ass, but he knows how to make money left and right.
Isn't Crane an ass? So that
Well, Crane's a little bit less of an ass than he is.
at least Crane's not McLean, but still,
Right.
I don't see the Astros going anywhere anytime soon.
Well, they're gonna lose a lot. I mean, Springer's not coming back. Springer's going to get his contract somewhere else, and
blame him.
no, absolutely not.
And Altuve's turning into a prima donna. So
Altuve's his best days may be behind him.
and the fact that Verlander's gone, and the fact that Dusty Baker is more, the exact same thing happened with Dusty Baker that happened with. Now we're completely.
What happened? Oh, there we go. Okay, we're back on.
He did
Hi.
He did the exact same thing with the Astros they did with the Cubs. He gets them almost to the World Series and then chokes.
Right. Anyways, we were talking about your Detroit Tigers. Luno's in.
Yeah.
AJ Hinch is in. That's great. You got a good farm system. I like his Verlander's coming back. Casey Mize is there. God, who's the other kid that's there that's really good? Your pitching staff's going to be strong next year.
Do you think Verlander's going to go to the Tigers, or do you think he's going to go to the Yankees?
No, he's not going to the Yankees. Yankees can't afford him. But the other thing is Yankees have Domingo Germán and Luis Severino that are coming back that didn't play at all this year.
Wait, can't afford
Those are two really good pitchers.
Can't afford him. He's coming off of Tommy John's, and he's a free agent.
They can't afford him.
They're the Yankees. They can afford anybody.
They can't afford Justin Verlander. No way. So, anyways, you're going to have a really good
He's going to go to
pitching
a
team
team
next
that
year.
can pay him and not pay anybody else. on the
Exactly.
team.
Yeah. Yeah. They would have to dump one of Judge or Car. And by the way, did you notice that Yankees have put who's the catcher? Gary Sanchez. They put him up for trade. They want to get rid of him. Flat out want to get rid of him.
Since when have the Steinbrenners become misers?
There's Mad Mike.
Mad Mike.
busy dealing with the picks.
There you go. All right.
Okay.
Well, what about the
Are we ready?
What about the Ricketts family with Chicago? Are they still
No.
buying? No.
They're not going to do crap.
How
Theo Epstein, by the way, will be gone next year.
You don't want the
Zorbris, what do you think's gonna happen with him?
with shawarma?
I'll bet he latches on somewhere.
Ah, dude, I love shawarma.
Yeah.
I'll bet he latches on somewhere.
These guys are talking about.
Yeah, I can hear it.
I thought that's what you said.
Can you hear this?
Interesting bit of trivia about Zobrist.
Yeah, Ben Zobrist.
They traded him as a minor league prospect to, was it Tampa Bay, for the last half of the season of Aubrey Huff, who then immediately became a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
And then Aubrey went on to win championships with.
There's Mad Mike.
With, was it the Giants?
Giants.
Mike, you got
With
the
a bunch
picks
of-
ready from last
with a-
week?
With a bunch of ex-Astros.
I have the picks.
Go figure.
I just wanted to say I'm pretty sure it's not okay to prospect minors in the Astros. That's not very good of you.
Prospect
Not-
minors. Oh,
That's how
jeez.
you end up on the island with the Epsteins and the Simpsons.
All right. Mad Mike, how we do last week in the
He's
picks?
drunk.
All right. Well, first of all, I did absolutely terrible, but
Gee, what a shock.
And you lost in your fantasy, too.
Yeah, by the way, you've lost 5 games in a row now in fantasy football.
well,
Congratulations.
You know, because the economy and Biden.
Hey, I won this week. That's bad.
I have bigger fish to fry at this point in time.
Nice excuse. Whatever makes you sleep at night.
Well, I don't sleep at night, so the joke's on you.
Whatever helps you watch anime at night.
There you go. Whatever puts the anime in your syrup.
By the way, Mad Mike in the a-hole. Anyways.
So how did we do last week with the picks?
Well, actually, the one with the best picks was Okie, and me and Patty were tied for the worst.
How did I do?
Holy cow. So I was average again.
Yep. We got Randy and Leland and Mike Allen at 4. Me and Patty at 3. Okie with a solid 5.
Damn.
Solid 5.
Yeah, and it's bullshit because somehow the Lions managed to squeak out another win.
Oh,
Stupid.
that's.
Yeah.
Did I pick the Lions?
And no, you did not.
I did.
So then we had
Yeah, these mics are trash, man.
Yeah,
Going
they're
back.
all over the place.
Rams, the Seahawks lost.
Hold yours
that
up.
one, which was bad.
Yeah, I think I'm getting interference.
Yeah.
I don't have any interference on this side.
No, I mean I can hear it in the headphones. I can hear the crackling and
They
the,
can hear the RF interference, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Obama and the economy.
Yeah. What was the other one? We had.
Yeah, don't ever do that again, Leland.
In the Bengals.
Not ever. I have to be able to masturbate at some time in my life, and I don't want that ingrained in my brain. All
You
right?
do. You want to think about that night.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Think long and hard about that.
Let it burn into your.
Hornies.
All right.
We're gonna call it Leeler baiting.
So what? So where are we at with the? Did you pick any games yet, or no? Or are we picking the games right now?
Typically,
if I picked Detroit, I would have tied with Okie.
I forget that one.
So I have.
All right, well, let's take a look. Tonight, the Minnesota Vikings are up on the Chicago Bears. There's 2:55 left in the fourth quarter, so it looks like the Vikings
The Vikings beating the Bears. Oh,
will beat the Bears in the NFC North division.
1913. Chicago has the ball, so.
Yeah, that could be.
At the Minnesota 33.
That's interesting. You know, there's a mic right there that you can use to.
Oh, yeah.
No, I mean use both mics.
No, that one's not. Plus, that causes interference too. So I turned it off, and it sounds better.
Well,
does it?
I
Yeah,
actually.
so we'll share.
I was messing with the knobs over here.
That's
I turned
the-
down y'all's headphones just a little bit,
Oh, there
Okay.
you go. All right.
Oh, there you go.
and
Beautiful.
then I turned down the mics a little bit. Now that we got it figured out,
Oh, okay. All right.
it's a lot better.
Well, we'll keep Mike hardwired in there. Turn his up just a little bit though.
yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right. So next week. So
Yes.
so who won the week?
Okie.
Okie won the week.
Way to go, Okie.
All right, Okie.
Butthead.
This will be what, week 10 coming up?
11. 11's coming up. Yep. Ooh, Arizona at Seattle on a Thursday night game. Wow. Arizona, Seattle. What a great way to start off. They finally have a decent-ass Thursday night game.
Finally.
Yeah. Took all year. Jeez Louise. Keep giving us Green Bay and Cleveland.
All right. So here we go. So next week,
Okay.
let's start out here. We got to get all of our favorites in. So right out the bat, Cardinals will be traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks.
Yep.
Did you see that last minute play?
Yes, I did. That was amazing.
Isn't it amazing the crop of quarterbacks we have now in the NFL? The new kids.
And by the way,
Or just-
I hope everybody in Arizona sent dumbass Bill O'Brien a thank you note for being stupid and trading D-Hop. That is going to be one of the worst. When we get to the end of the 2000s, let's pick one of the stupidest all-time trades in the world. Guess who's going to be at the top? Bill O'Brien trading D-Hop. What an idiot. What a serious idiot. How do you trade DeAndre Hopkins? How do you trade him?
So who do you got?
Okay.
Who do you
Leland.
got?
Cardinals.
Leland's taking the Cardinals.
Chuck is taking the Cardinals.
Chuck is taking the Cardinals. Randy Fry is taking the Cardinals.
Rock and Rev.
I am going to go.
You have one choice here.
I guess I'm picking the Seahawks. Squaw. Squaw.
Bird teams.
Losers.
Well, birds of prey over.
Losers.
The next up, the undefeated.
Wait, whoa. Who did Mike pick? Oh, duh, never mind.
Seahawks.
Is
That's
Patty?
his.
Is Patty on?
Patty's not on.
Yeah, I'm waiting here from Okie and Patty.
Oh.
But if they don't
What about Okie?
put anything, I'm just going to put question marks.
What about Okie?
Randy Fry has Arizona.
Smart. By the way, Randy Fry lost this week in
Oh, my God.
the league, too.
Everybody's
Yep.
falling.
That's
Well, I
right.
think the guy I played this week in the league is no longer active because he had like 3 people on a bye week. And I mean, it was bad. All right, next up, the undefeated, untied, and untested Pittsburgh
Oh,
Steelers
give me.
against the Jacksonville Jaguars in Florida.
That's an easy one. I mean, that's like beating up like a.
Okay, we already know who Chuck's picking. Who do you got, Leland?
The Steelers are going to steal a win from Jacksonville, beating them up at their own home.
Okay, so he's picking the Steelers. Mike, who you got?
Steelers, because I'm smart.
Go ahead, dumbass. Pick Jacksonville. You stupid fuck. You picked them against Baltimore. You picked Baltimore. You picked Tennessee.
55 minutes.
Why all the animosity?
Because
here?
you're an asshole.
Why am I an
I
asshole?
picked Detroit every week for you, and you
No,
picked
you
Baltimore,
didn't.
and you
No,
picked Tennessee.
didn't. You do not pick Detroit.
Up until the time you picked Tennessee. I said, screw you.
You have never picked Detroit just to
God.
pick Detroit in support of me. Don't even tell that BS.
I did that.
I side with Chuck on this.
I did that.
See, there you go. You got Mad Mike and the a-hole siding with
You
me.
know what? Just for that, I'm picking the Jaguars.
Good.
That's
Take
an
a
upset
loss.
special.
Take the loss, dumbass.
Yeah, whatever.
Next game.
Your choice is wrong.
Lions versus the Panthers. Randy Fry has the Steelers.
Lions versus the Panthers.
Yeah, Lions versus
That's
the
at
Panthers.
Carolina, by the way.
They both
It's
suck.
in Carolina.
Yeah, they
And
both
They're
suck.
both bad.
And by the way, Bridgewater should be back.
I'm going to take the other not Lions line.
Can I take the bye week?
Who are you picking?
Oh, my God. So the Lions are third in the NFC North, and Carolina is
Are you actually evaluating two teams with a record of under 500 about who's going to win?
fourth in the NFC South.
Are you really doing that right now?
Yeah, who's
Make a damn pick, will ya?
that team is all you need.
Carolina, because the Lions are not going to win another two in a row.
All right, so
All
you're
right.
picking the Panthers.
Two things.
Pick
Make the
wrong.
pick with your gut.
Two
man.
things.
Pick wrong.
No, two things.
Pick wrong.
I'm picking the Lions, number one, because it's Mike's team. But number two, I really honestly think they're going to win. What people don't realize about the Lions, they've got a great running game going.
They do.
DeAndre
They do.
Swift and everything. And I mean, you can see it coming together. If the defense can hold, and you're not asking a lot because Carolina's offense, while they have Bridgewater and the receivers, that's all they've got. They've got no run game.
McCaffrey.
What's it? No, McCaffrey's out again
Oh,
next
is he
week.
out?
Yeah, he's out. I'm picking the
You know,
Lions
his
because they
brother
will
should-
win.
His brother should have been the quarterback in Michigan this year, but he took a year off from
I heard
COVID.
that.
Yeah,
I
so
heard
he'll be
that.
coming back next year as a redshirt freshman, so we'll have him.
And
for
hopefully
4
I'll have a
more
new
years.
coach to work with.
Hopefully. Yeah,
Anyway, so
hopefully.
you're picking the Lions, of course.
Of course, I'm picking the Lions.
Okay.
What's the other team we got to pick?
Cowboys.
Cowboys, Cowgirls.
Peaches,
No, but before that,
the Packers.
Oh, no, New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New Orleans, Patty, Falcons and Saints. Oh, Saints.
Falcons at the Saints. Yeah. Nobody's picking the Falcons. Just put down Saints for everybody.
Saints.
Randy Fry picked Detroit.
Look at that. Look at that. Smart
Randy
mind,
Fry.
baby. Hey, when we get the VMix or whatever going again, we can have video guests. Let's get Randy Fry on.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it's upgraded.
Is it?
It's flamethrower status,
Awesome.
man.
Beautiful.
I just haven't figured it out yet. I mean, we're this week I'm off for 4 days,
Okay.
and it's going to be
That's what you're gonna work
more
on is right
declutter.
here.
We're going to get rid of a bunch of stuff in here and declutter. And I'm gonna go through all this and start hanging up swag. We're gonna get
Beautiful.
like a plant from behind the, and I want to get a better couch than this.
This works.
I
This
know
is
it
comfortable.
Works. It works and it's comfortable, but it's just not aesthetic. Well, I don't know. We might keep it.
You got to
Nice
keep
cover
it.
of
But we're gonna put like a little aesthetics, you know,
Yeah.
make it look good.
You should get like a black leather couch.
Although, he could fix the microphones, but that's beside the point. Anyways, go ahead.
Too. These
I
are
know,
already going
I know.
Back. These are going back tomorrow.
Yeah,
this is crap.
they should.
This is
Okay.
crap.
Well,
All right.
it's only one out of the 4 mics. Really, it sounds all right.
No, this one already broke. I was pushing on the button and the little light thing broke. It's Amazon. I can just send it back and bump
go
it up.
for it.
I mean, I just got paid today.
Live your dream.
I want to have a quality product.
Yeah.
I want to have a quality show. And plus, we're going to have, I want to have a system that when we do get musicians in here and stuff like that, we can use the mics and not have to worry about this. It can sound good. I want it to sound good.
Yes.
I mean, we're dealing with it tonight because I took all the wires out of here, but we already put Mike back on a wired mic, and but I shouldn't be doing it. This should work. This should not have all this interference.
Yeah, you're right. You shouldn't have put Mike back on a wired mic. You just shouldn't have.
No.
I need it.
And it's still his is still low. We should turn. You can turn his up. He's on the hard wire.
But I was,
Well, he's a
gonna say,
low
there's
talker
company
anyway.
they changed names, because that's just the way the times work. But GLD Enterprises, they made a really, really good product, and then they changed their name over to PTR. You should maybe give them a look.
Yeah, I heard those have excellent mics.
range. They have excellent range.
Yeah, excellent range.
They don't have.
Amazing game.
He really wants the show to go out without a bang. So there you go.
You know what they're talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
All right.
By the way, game of the week to me is Green Bay at Indianapolis. That seems to me that I don't think there's a whole lot of great matchups. I think that's it. Green Bay at Indianapolis is the best game. By the way, Dallas going to get their butt kicked in Minnesota next week.
Oh yeah, Vikings.
That should be fun.
That should be a fun game. Yeah.
Can we pick Green Bay and Indy?
Green Bay, Indy?
Yeah.
Okay, Green Bay, Indy.
Okay, give me Green Bay.
Smart. I know what I'm picking.
Leland.
Green Bay.
I'm going to take the Colts on this one.
There you
That
go.
was the wrong choice.
I'm going to take the Colts. Colts played a good game the other
So
day.
I guess Mad Mike's picking Green Bay.
Well, yeah, go Packers.
Go
What
Packers.
about Randy? What about Randy Fry?
Randy Fry, Saints.
And
You got that one.
I'm waiting.
oh, okay. He's on delay probably.
Yeah.
His
Green
whole
Bay.
life's on
Randy
delay.
Fry's Green Bay.
Okay.
Yeah, because
So then Cowboys, Vikings. Did we pick that one already? Or were we just talking about it?
well, yeah.
Vikings. Everyone.
I was gonna say who
Everybody
picks the
picked
Cowboys
Vikings?
here?
All right.
The Vikings.
So how many is that? Is that 5?
That is 6.
That's 6 games?
Cool.
All right.
By the way, does Houston have any chance hosting New England next week? Does Houston have any chance?
You know, I think they do. But I watched the New England game, and had it been a non-year like this, to where players aren't like contact traced out of the lineup and stuff like that, they're pretty good. And after they get through this year, I think they're going to extend Cam Newton's contract because the team loves him. Absolutely loves him. He's become a leader. And Bill Belichick loves him. And you really have to Bill Belichick has never in his life as a football coach ever compromised his integrity for a player. Ever. When Brown showed up there, played one game, was doing his stuff, he cut him. It wasn't even a discussion. So I think Cam is realizing that there's a Patriot way. I think he's bought into it, and that's really important. And I was watching that game, and Cam Newton's the Cam that we watched year 1 and 2. He was running the ball, and he doesn't slide. That's a big man. There's nobody lining up in the secondary to take him on 1-on-1. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Aaron Rodgers getting into the secondary on a scramble and then coming up against a safety that's about ready to light you up. Those safeties aren't. They're making a business decision by not tackling Cam because that's a big man.
So do you see New England overtaking Tampa Bay next season?
You know what? I don't see them this year.
That's why I said next season.
But next season they're going to be a contender if they get some people in there. If they draft, and they always draft well, they always get good free agents. And, it's Bill Belichick, arguably the greatest coach ever to coach football.
No, that's wrong.
He's one of the greatest.
John Madden.
All right. Mike Ditka.
Don't worry
You're
about
saying
the
that you're
don't
saying
worry
that
about the
because he has
horse
a
being
name
blind.
maker,
Mike
right?
Ditka. There's also Jimmy Johnson. He was a damn
Okay,
good coach.
Mike Ditka
Yes.
was not a great coach.
Jimmy
in the-
Johnson was an excellent.
Yeah, but he had
coach.
that mustache though.
Yeah, how dare you insult Mike
But
Ditka
the
like
stash was fine. But Mike Ditka was not. He was a good coach. He's a Hall of Fame coach and player. But the only reason why the Chicago Bears went to that Super Bowl.
Perry.
No,
Was it Perry?
no.
It sure as hell wasn't.
No, it wasn't
the
even a
coach, or
player.
The head coach or the quarterback.
Was the song the Super Bowl show?
Who was the defensive coordinator?
Really?
Oh, Buddy Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Buddy Ryan in the 46 defense.
It was kind of like
Yep.
Buddy Ryan's
Yep,
defense
that's right.
needed Mike Ditka's offense.
Yes,
Without each other, they sucked.
that's a good call.
Because when Buddy Ryan went to the Eagles, they sucked. They had great defense,
Yeah.
but they had no offense.
Yeah.
And then when Buddy Ryan left the Bears, they were
Mm-hmm.
never dominated like they did in 1985.
Yep.
Ever again.
Didn't Buddy Ryan coach for the Oilers for a period of time?
Do
Yeah,
what? Do what,
he did.
Mike?
It was terrible.
What?
What'd
What'd
you
you say?
I just said every once in a while you just need a little dicka in you.
You just need a little dicky on you.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
All right, hey, we have something special coming up. We're going to take a quick break. If you, are you going to stick around? Or are you gonna
Of course, I'm here.
All right.
Yeah.
We have a special video that we're going to show tonight that was directed by our own Leland Freeman. It's a music video, and it is called
New Day.
And I wrote it down. Standing Hero, and the is it a band?
The Standing Hero is it's kind of like a band concept, and the song is New Day.
Okay, so the band is Standing Hero. The song is New Day, directed by our own Leland Freeman. Enjoy that. We'll be right back. I'm Mike Allen. This is the Radio Man Cave, and you are on the air.
Yesterday's gone, tomorrow's home. It's a new day. Tomorrow's come, yesterday's gone. It's a new day. I'm a little sorry, I'm a little worried, but everything's okay. Wake in the morning, refresh the warning. Today's a new day. Open the window, breathe the sunlight, the misty air. Turn off the spotlight, drink in the water, it's crystal clear. Yesterday's gone, tomorrow's home. It's a new day, tomorrow's come. Yesterday's gone, it's a new day. I'm alone. Only have control to the new day. I'm a little sorry, I'm not worried, everything's okay. Wake in the morning, refresh the warning, today's a new day. Yesterday's gone, tomorrow's home. It's a new day, tomorrow's come. Yesterday's gone, it's a new day. I'm alone.
credits and stuff.
That was the other song that was released.
All right. Well, welcome back. That was a music video directed by our own Leland Freeman. That was very well done. Now, what kind of? Now, I asked you this off the air, but let's start the conversation. What cameras did you use?
90% of the video was shot with either GoPro Hero Black 5s or Hero Black 7s in 4K. The only part that wasn't shot with a GoPro was the airplanes in flight, where we needed to have a zoom lens, and that was a Sony 4K mirrorless camera.
Very nice, very nice. And you storyboarded the whole thing and blocked it out and edited it. Did you edit too?
I also edited the thing as well. And so, but what Paul Sorosky came to me is he had a client that Brian Runkle that he wanted to have a music video concept. So I was like, let's make an aviation themed video. And so I basically came up with the concept with that. He produced it, I directed it, and the Lago Vista Flying Club was very accommodating, as well as the Fredericksburg Airport Hotel, the Hangar Hotel. Now the deal was the original concept I had was we were going to land and have what they call a $100 cheeseburger, where it costs $100 to fly out there to have the cheeseburger.
Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, exactly.
We actually did that.
That back in that was back when you and I did that. That was back in September of 2019. Obviously, we started filming this video in February of this year, and then COVID happened, so they were shut down. We were just waiting and waiting and waiting, and they weren't reopening the diner anytime soon. But they let us film in the hotel, so we had all these different concepts of to maximize the effect of the property. And they even let us use this GoPro Hero, this GoPro drone called the Karma, and it's which mounted the Hero Black 5, and so it.
So what did you attach to the outside of the airplanes? How did you do that?
We had these mounts for the GoPro cameras as well, so we were able to bolt those to the side of the airplanes to get the shots. From the landing gear or from the tail.
So you actually bolted it to the airplane?
Yeah, it worked.
Wow.
Yeah, on the either on the gear or on the strut or on the tail assembly. And the only shots that were shot with the Sony mirrorless were from another aircraft. We were flying in formation to get the shot of the plane in flight with a nice hero. It's the hero shot is what we call it.
Oh, it's very good. It's very well done.
And as well as the takeoff and landing, we actually had a cameraman with the Sony mirrorless bolted to the back of a BMW Z4, going down the taxiway.
Oh, it was very well done. Very good. Very talented, Leland. You surprised me.
Yes.
Now, if we could just get you out of that Republican cult you're in.
Amen, me.
It's not necessarily
See, I
like
got-
the Republican cult. It's just like the
All right,
right
you want the loud one? Here we go.
Yeah,
Give me the
because he
better one.
yells.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. So, hey, just to show you the power of this show,
Yeah.
the power of On the Air with Mike Allen, okay? Besides seeing great talent like what Leland did, okay? So I remember when I joined in, you were nice enough to mention, hey, we got the show coming back, On Deck Circle coming back.
Yeah, yeah.
Read that right there. Within the last hour, the On Deck Circle Facebook page, which hasn't been touched, since we last aired.
Since COVID.
Basically since COVID. It got 8 new likes.
Nice.
The only reason it could have gotten 8 new likes is because people are watching this show and said, oh, hey, the On Deck Circle must have a Facebook page. And boom.
Because you fixed that glitch where people were searching Pornhub, it would come up. Which got you a lot of views. But
Yeah, well, not the right kind of views. No, but seriously, it's right there. It's right there. And the only reason I could have done that is because we made mention of it on the air. So there you go.
I want to be on.
Well, good job.
The sad thing is Jim Harbaugh is still the head coach of Michigan
and you know
hasn't
what?
beaten Ohio State in 300 some days.
0-6 against Ohio State. He's 1-5 against Michigan State. He's lost against. He's 2-3 or 2-2 against Notre Dame, which are the 3 big rivals. Now,
And by the way, Indiana's going to beat him this year too.
Indiana already beat him.
But Notre Dame beat Clemson this year.
It doesn't matter. I don't care. See, this is what people don't understand about college football, okay? If you're a Florida State fan, you don't care about any other
Right.
game in the world except Florida.
Right.
You don't care. Back in the day when Texas had balls, if you're a Texas fan, there was only one game that you cared about.
Right. That
And
was
that's
A&M.
Texas, Oklahoma.
Oh, Oklahoma. Yeah.
No, A&M's never been.
Well, it's Thanksgiving kind
Yeah.
of thing. But no, you're right.
No.
You're right.
Hey, the last game that Texas A&M and UT played, A&M won.
No.
Oh no, UT won.
Texas won that one.
Yeah, they won that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
But I mean that the
That's
Texas A&M was more of an in-state
Right. Fun
kind
rivalry.
of. You know, you can marry somebody. If you're a UT fan, you can marry somebody from A&M.
Right.
But you
Back
don't
in the day when
but
they
you don't
played.
marry anybody from Oklahoma.
And back in the day when they played, Pittsburgh and Penn State. That was it.
Pitt,
Oh, hey,
Pitt and Penn
That's
State.
all we cared about
And when-
was Penn State.
Yeah, and
That's
if-
all we cared about.
And if
There's,
you're
there's exceptions to the Oklahoma thing. Like Garth Brooks is from Oklahoma, and we just ignore that.
oh yeah, that's true. That's true. It's
Wait.
kind of selective.
Yeah, it's kind of you have to earn it.
Isn't Patty's
Yeah.
fiance from Oklahoma?
And Patty's fiance is from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And we kind of allowed her to hang around.
Yeah, but here's the thing: we don't really give a crap about Patty, so
Yeah,
that's okay.
True. That's true. I mean, we care that
Just kidding.
We care that we don't care. That's
It's
Patty's-
not like he's going to see this anyway.
Yeah, it's not like he's got to have some time with his girlfriend. Can't come hang out with the boys, you know. But if you're an Alabama,
That's called PW, I
if
believe,
you're,
right?
if you're an Alabama fan, there's only one game that matters.
Yes, that's right.
So if you coach these teams, if you are the head coach of these teams, and you can't win that one game,
That's right.
it does not matter
What else
what
you do.
you do.
That's right.
Jim Harbaugh has got the Michigan Wolverines winning 9 and 10 games a season for 6 seasons, which in any other scenario he would keep his job. He's 0-6 against the most important game on the schedule.
And
If
that's
you're
the
gonna
thing. If he,
coach at Michigan,
good. I'm sorry.
you cannot lose to Ohio State. You know what Brady Hoke never did?
He never lost to Ohio
Never
State.
lost to Ohio State.
Right.
He was there
Yep.
5 years. He was 5-0 against Ohio State.
If Jim Harbaugh was at least 2-2 against Ohio State, we wouldn't be having this discussion.
Does he have any wins against Ohio State?
No,
No, he doesn't.
None. 0-6. 0-6. And the
0-6.
best year that he had against Ohio State was the first year he
First
was
year.
a coach with Brady Hoke's players. He's 6 years into it. That means every player that's on that team, he's recruited.
Is he-
Every single one. We haven't had a quarterback in 5 years.
Is Michigan the same?
After James Street left,
Right.
we have no quarterback. We've had no running game. And when was the last time a Michigan running back hasn't made it to the
Oh,
NFL?
my God.
Is Michigan in the same division as Ohio State?
Oh, my God, Leland, get the hell out of my
Wow.
house.
Yeah, it's the
Seriously.
Big 12, dude.
They're in the
Oh
Big
my
12.
God! How did I raise you? How did I freaking raise you?
What did I just hear?
Yeah, like the Big 17, right?
Oh yeah. Well, that's,
It is-
okay.
it
Okay.
is-
To be fair,
Big
it's
Eight?
it's the Big 10, but there are 12.
There are
teams.
12 teams,
There
yeah.
are 12 teams.
I said,
Just like the Big
no,
12
I
is
said-
10
no,
teams.
And
I said, are they in the same division? I know they're in the same conference, but are they in the same division?
No, they don't have
well,
divisions.
the Big 10. Well, they do now, but
Well, yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It does not matter.
Yeah.
There's
When
Michigan.
it comes to Michigan, it's Ohio State.
Michigan,
Period.
you have
That's it.
to beat Ohio State.
But what,
Period.
but what I'm getting
It
at,
doesn't matter
but-
about the
but-
division.
But what I'm getting at is if they're in different divisions.
No, it doesn't matter.
You're not letting me finish.
No,
Oh,
you're.
I know
There's
where
no.
he's going. No, I
okay,
know
go
where
ahead.
he's going. I know
Okay,
where he's
go.
going.
All right.
If somehow if it's here, you give me that.
No, I can
If it's
hear it.
Ohio
No, we can
State,
hear it. No, give him that-
Michigan
give him that
in.
one. Give him that one. I don't want to pull
Here,
my
I'll
ears
just use
out.
both
No,
of them.
give him the other one.
Why would you use both of them?
If it's
We
Ohio,
can hear you fine.
If it's Ohio State and Michigan in the conference championship, and somehow Harbaugh wins, is all forgiven or no?
Okay. I want to explain this to you as simply as I can.
Yeah,
There
use those
are-
kindergarten words.
I'm going to use big kindergarten.
Hush.
Use buzz.
I'm going to use
Hush.
my. I'm
Let
gonna,
him talk.
I'm going to use my condescending tone with you. I had to pull this out and dust it off. Every year on the schedule, without fail, there are two teams in the Big Ten that will always play each other. Always. They will never take a year off. There'll never be a cycle where they will not play. That is Michigan and Ohio State. They have been playing each other for 130 years. That's how long this rivalry has been. It is the greatest rivalry in sports that we have not won in 9 years.
What's the all-time record?
I think Michigan had a 14-game win streak back in the 70s when Ohio State was horrible.
Yeah.
9 years.
9 years.
Who was the coach back then?
It started with
What's his name?
Rich Rodriguez.
Oh, I'm sorry. You talking about the
Yeah,
losing
Charlie
streak.
Strong even had a win against Oklahoma. Holy crap, 9 years.
What was his name?
Brady Hoke.
No. What was the other one?
Rich Rodriguez.
Rich Rodriguez.
So
Yeah.
Dick Rod.
He's the guy that started.
Rich Rod. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, they came, they had him all Rich Rod. And
Oh, my God.
it was like this big thing. And he came in and he says, I'm going to change Michigan football. We're going to be, and what he did, there's Big Ten football and then there's everybody else. And then one of the reasons why we don't have a lot until recently, until Ohio State was able to break the mold and get into the club of the teams that will always have a chance at the national championship instead of the 100 other teams that don't,
Right.
is that Big Ten, but back then, Ohio State wasn't winning national championships either, and the only reason why is the Big Ten had such parity in it that they'd go through an entire season and nobody was getting out of there undefeated.
Exactly.
So when Michigan went undefeated in 1997, that was a big deal. And then when they went and played in the Rose Bowl and beat a number 8 Washington State and were awarded the national championship, the only cry I have in this whole situation is that Tom Osborne, holy cow, what was that?
Don't worry about it. Who are you?
Tom Osborne.
Tom Osborne was retiring, so they gave him the share of it, even though Nebraska paid absolutely nobody that year
Yep.
and won a bowl game against a number 20 ranked, who gives a crap.
Right.
But Michigan going undefeated that year was a big deal because, I mean, you had out of the Big Ten back then it was 10 teams. 8 out of the Big Ten eight out of the 10 teams in the Big Ten were all bowl eligible
kick-ass.
with over 500.
They
That's
were so
Purdue.
kick-ass that year.
That was Purdue, Iowa,
Ohio State.
Ohio State,
So-
Michigan State, and Northwestern.
Northwestern.
So
Yeah.
my thing is like when it comes to Michigan playing Ohio, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it always like you guys consistently like have a win like that's kind of lined up and then you eventually choke, or is it just kind of
No, unfortunately, I think 2 years ago, they had a shot. Last year they got crushed. I mean, it was like 48 to.
was
I don't
a
even
game.
know.
You guys choke like right out of the get?
Yeah, and the only game that was ever close in the Harbaugh era was the first year
First
that
year.
went to double overtime.
You're just constantly.
How bad
just
was it
choking
this
on
year?
that.
And that was Harbaugh's first loss. Brady Hoke went 2-2. He won
Oh,
twice
really?
and lost twice.
Okay.
Yeah, when Urban Meyer took over Ohio State from Jim Trussell, because Trussell got bounced out of town.
Oh,
When Urban Meyer took over, that's when the streak started.
What did Trussell get bounced out for again?
He turned a blind eye to that running back that was selling he was selling stuff for money
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
and some recruiting violations and some other stuff. Yeah,
Amongst others, yeah.
He was a damn good coach. How many championships did he win?
two national championships,
All
and
right.
one of those national championships was with one loss. And guess
So-
who that was to?
What is your proposed fix for making sure?
Well, get rid of Harbaugh like we should have done 2 years ago,
At least 2 years ago.
Followed by what?
followed by getting a coach that can.
Like whom?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. I mean, it's not going to be Urban Meyer. I
No.
can tell you that right now.
Do you think you guys could recruit Nick Saban out of Alabama?
No. Nick Saban's not going anywhere until he retires.
Yeah.
Until he goes to the booth, he's at Alabama. He's got a sweet deal there. He's not going
You
anywhere.
should just try to see if you guys can get Mike Leach.
That would be awesome.
Oh, man. That would
However-
be kick butt.
However,
Yes.
he's doing pretty good this year, isn't he?
He is doing very good.
Do you think they could lure Pete
He's
Carroll
doing
out
great.
of the NFL back into college or no?
Nah, I don't want Pete Carroll.
No, you don't want Pete Carroll.
I don't want the litigation that will follow a hiring of a Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's right where he needs to be because
Yeah.
you can't have recruiting violations in the NFL.
By the way, here's some Michigan news for you, though. Prediction: 5 years from now, Michigan hires its newest head coach, Tom Brady.
That would be amazing. But you know who's being bounced around?
Who?
Charles Woodson.
Oh. Oof.
He's already a coach.
You get Charles Woodson and or Tom Brady in there, recruiting
God.
is out.
And no, but there's, and I'm telling you right now, if Tom, I don't know what Tom's plans are if he retires, but he's probably the smartest man in the NFL.
He's going to coach. Everybody says, oh, he's going to go TV. No, he's not. He's going to coach.
He would be a great analyst.
There's no
though.
question he'll coach.
Next.
No, he's going to waste his time being an analyst. And here's the thing. He could go coach.
'Cause-
and if he sucks, they'll still take him in TV.
Yeah, but, well, you know what? You know, if Tom Brady ever did decide to coach, the one thing he's got going for him is he is relentless.
Yeah.
Relentless.
He's going to coach.
Do you see
He's gonna coach.
Do you see Romo ever coaching? Or you think he's just gonna be a broadcaster?
Romo is probably the best color man I've ever listened to.
No question.
Anytime he calls a game, if my teams aren't playing and I'm flipping around and Romo's calling a game, I will watch that game. He is
Totally agree.
absolutely the best.
And he calls stuff, and it's like, boom, it happens.
I mean, he brings it in he brings you in at a level that you can understand. He doesn't overtalk.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean, he doesn't come in with all these big words like,
Yeah,
here's my
right.
big brain. He
Yeah.
explains it at a level that me, the common guy, can understand.
Mad Mike can follow him. That's
Yeah,
that's how
exactly.
childish he is.
And I could follow the technical stuff, but I would rather not because I'm usually not in the mood to even think when I'm watching football. I just want to enjoy the game. But
Is he like the John Madden of our era?
he is
Is
the
he on
John
his way
Madden.
He's the John Madden
Yes.
reputation, but he's not John Madden at all.
Well,
Yeah.
let's
It's
put
just like you take the football and you grab it and you hold on to it tight and then you put one foot in front of the other. And I tell you, it's just an
What
exciting.
are you dancing now, or what?
Well. Here's the difference. Where John Madden was fun to listen to because you never knew what the hell he was going to say.
Right.
And it was always going to be funny.
Right.
You listen to Tony Romo because you can understand. It enhances the game.
Exactly.
It
Yep.
enhances the game. And when you pair him up with that dude from Westwood One, that
yeah, that guy.
he is. I can never remember his name, but he's one of my favorite play-by-play guys. He's the one I listen to.
That's
the
how
most.
dominant Romo is. You can't remember the play-by-play guy.
That guy
Seriously.
is- that
No,
guy-
this guy's. He called the Super Bowl.
Oh, I
last
know who
year.
you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
That
I can't
guy
think of
is
his name
so
either.
good that he was able to do play-by-play and the cat in the
Yeah.
Giants game.
Yeah. Oh, Kevin Harlan.
Kevin
right?
Harlan.
Kevin
that's it,
Harlan.
Kevin
That's
Harlan.
it.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
Yeah.
One of the best. As a
Always
matter
has been. Yep.
And I listen to him, and I also listen, and I don't listen to Joe Buck at all, ever.
He's
What are the
terrible.
Spider Y2 Banana coaches doing?
He's the head coach of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yep.
Spider White 2 Banana.
Yeah. Isn't there
Is
two of
Major
them?
Applewhite even coaching anymore?
He's coaching somewhere. I don't know where.
College,
He's
Houston.
yeah. He's that's it. Thank you.
He's back to
Thank you.
Houston.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he's the head coach at Houston.
Yes, he is. Took
Yeah.
over for Herman.
So,
Yeah.
do you see him
Going to Michigan? No.
No, not Michigan. But if Texas can't get Urban Meyer, do you see them bringing in Major Applewhite?
That would be a good PR
That
fix.
would be a great.
That'd be a great PR and recruiting fix right there.
But
Major
he's not.
Applewhite.
He's not.
No, he's not that level D1 coach. No.
He's not. I mean,
He would become a better NFL coordinator than he would be a head coach of a
Yeah.
D1.
I agree with that.
But I'm telling you, Tom Brady is going to be coach. There's no way he's not going to be a coach. There's no way he's not going to be a coach.
You just have to lose to
What if he
Ohio
just
State for
coaches,
another
like,
5
somewhere
years.
that's not Michigan, though?
What if he coaches at Appalachian State?
Yeah. Or like ends up in like Boise or something.
Yeah, right. Sure. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Sure.
Just to rub it
What?
in Michigan's face.
You know what?
I mean,
Okie
He's
brought
a-
it up.
hey,
He said,
you realize he's a
remember when
Michigan grad,
lost
right?
to Appalachian
Just
State.
because you're a Michigan.
I still
Mike-
have not lived that
Mike-
down. That was a year. That was Lloyd Carr's last year. Michigan was ranked number
Oh, God,
one
that
or
was
number
brutal.
2, and they played a throw-off game against the
Appalachian State.
Division 1A national champions. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. And then I've watched that game twice after the game to try to figure out how the hell did they lose that
Are you
game.
like a masochist?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you why they lost that game. Because they weren't playing that game to win the game. It was a throw-off game. It was the first game of the season, and they had, they were looking on to their undefeated
Oh, heck
season in the
yeah.
national championship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
how'd they do the rest of that year?
They went undefeated and went to the Rose Bowl and beat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they ended up like number 4. I mean, they ended up having a great year.
Yeah.
But if they would have just won that game and went undefeated, they'd have been a national champion. That was when they had that running back. The last good Michigan running back. Zach, Woodson was on the team.
Woodson was on the team, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember who the running back was. I know you're talking about that.
He had a good career in the
Yeah.
NFL, too.
By the way, for those of us in this room.
We should know this. Why do we know this?
For those of us in this room, to the guys in the other room, you realize Tom Brady is a Michigan grad. You do know that, right?
Just because you're a Michigan grad doesn't mean you want to go back.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, then he has to live with that.
Do me a favor.
Oh,
Turn his
gotta
mic
have
off,
that.
please.
He's
Oh
gotta
my
have
God,
that.
you're Tom Brady. Yeah.
Turn his
I know,
microphone
thanks. I
off,
woke
please.
up knowing that this morning.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I have to wake up.
You know who I'd like to get at Michigan?
Yeah.
Bill Belichick.
Oh, God.
How freaking cool would that be?
Do you see?
You talk about recruiting.
So
you talk about recruiting.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap. If Bill Belichick woke up tomorrow and said, you know what? I think I'd like to go to college.
That is a next level.
They wouldn't let him go.
No, he wouldn't go because he's
No,
happy
he
where
wouldn't
he's
go,
at.
yeah.
But
He's going into the broadcast booth whenever he decides to retire.
How many more Super Bowls do you think Belichick's going to win?
at
None.
least two.
None.
No, at least two.
None.
He'll get two more before
None.
he quits.
So,
None.
So where does
How much you want to bet?
Name it. He's not winning any more Super Bowls. None.
What's the time frame?
5 years.
5 years?
Yep.
I say he wins at least two. He appears in two and at least wins one in 5 years.
Mark the tape right here.
All right, mark it. There you go.
Mark
the
it.
tape.
Nice.
Somebody's buying someone a barbecue plate in 5 years.
No, you should definitely bet him a cheeseburger.
Oh man, God dang it, we're gonna get you that dumb. You have the quadruple, right?
Well, if you go by interest, he's going to probably need to have the Windows 7 Whopper from Burger King. That was
You know what? Next week, when you get here way too early, like you usually do, I'm gonna send you to Dairy Queen. I'm gonna order it through the app and have you go pick it up so we can get him his quad.
Well, where the hell is Dairy Queen?
It's right down the street.
It's right down the road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
I'm
right by
I'm not gonna
Sonic.
send you like to Round Rock or anything.
It's right. It's right back in that complex. In fact, I'd stop
That
there
way,
on the way in.
That way, if you get caught in line, we can still start the show and you just be late. But if I'm late, people won't care, but I will.
You're right. People will.
So where does Harbaugh end up?
Oh God.
Harbaugh's probably
Appalachian State.
No, Harbaugh will once he loses the job at Michigan, which he will.
Yeah, he will. After this year,
I
after
think-
Ohio
I think-
State trounces them again.
But see, I don't even know because how do you go from taking over your old alma mater, where he went and had a fantastic run with Bo Schembech, not Bo,
Bo Schembechler.
with Bo, and was a great Michigan quarterback.
Yes, he was.
And how do you go back to your alma mater, drop a shit turd like he has in the last 6 years, and then go do anything with any credibility?
Actually, you know what he does?
Go to Ohio State.
No, here's what you do. He's gonna go to the TV booth for a year or two in college football, and then become a coach again. That's what he's gonna
Do
do.
you see him going to the Texans?
No.
No.
No,
No.
Michigan out of spite.
no. Yeah, I wish he would go to Ohio State because then we'd beat him.
That's right.
Still lose.
Then Ohio State wouldn't be Michigan for 5 straight years.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
happening is this is just the long con. Someone in Michigan pissed off Harbaugh so bad that he just wants them to lose to Ohio State forever.
No, I don't think he wants to lose Ohio State. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I mean, he went and took Stanford to the Rose Bowl and was the top 10 ranking. He went to the NFL and took a pretty mediocre San Francisco team in
To the
3 years to the
Super
Super Bowl with a quarterback that couldn't
Right.
even be a starting quarterback anymore.
Exactly.
And then he went to Michigan and just laid a freaking huge turd. I mean, the
Well,
first
they had
year,
that great year.
The
First year.
first year they won 10 games, lost to Ohio State, and then won the Rose Bowl. But even his bowl record is atrocious.
Okay, here's the perfect example though for you. Mac Brown. Okay, Mac got to the point where he's winning 9 games a year, totally meaningless. Got booted from Texas, went to the booth for 2 years, and then resurfaced in North Carolina. That's what's going to happen to Harbaugh.
What do you predict?
But North Carolina was his original team.
Yeah, but
Hold on.
my point is this: he's going to get fired, go to the TV booth for a year or two, and then resurface as a coach. Go ahead.
Okay, Tyler's in here. Bro, read the chat. I'm predicting in here. What are you predicting?
What are you predicting?
The dawn of the sleeveless hoodie.
Dawn of the Dead.
Who's that?
Remember when Michigan lost to Appalachia? Yeah, we already talked about that. Tyler.
How bad did
I guess we haven't been paying
how bad did
attention. Sorry,
Michigan lose
Tyler.
to Ohio State this year?
Huh?
How bad did Michigan lose?
Oh,
to
They haven't played
They
yet.
haven't played. They play the last game of the year. Every year is Michigan Ohio State.
If he beats Ohio State this year, which is 2020,
Okay.
it's 2020.
If he beats Ohio State this year, that will buy him one more year.
It's 2020.
But he's already lost to Michigan State by a lot, and he's lost to Indiana. I'm going to say that again. He lost to Indiana.
Yeah, but which one's the worst? Indiana?
Indiana is not a football school. They are like the doormats of the Big Ten.
It's like Texas losing to Kansas.
Exactly. Exactly. Indiana and Kansas are right there at the bottom of all the 130 freaking teams, and Indiana this year is undefeated.
And by the way, Texas is going to lose to Kansas in 2 years.
It's,
If
2020.
if what's his name is still head coach Herman.
All I'm
Oh,
hearing
yeah.
is
Oh,
Have you seen the renaissance of football in Kansas?
Oh, I'm telling you,
That's
they're
coming
up and
back,
coming.
man.
That's how they got Charlie Strong out the doors. They beat Texas.
My Michigan team isn't going good.
And the fact that
I'm
Texas
mad
is
at
Bowl,
Harbaugh.
is Bowl Alamo. They're Texas is more.
Hey, you know
more
what?
luck
It's
than
my show. I
talent.
can sound like that.
The fact is, they should have lost to Oklahoma State.
Who let the goblin?
I don't know.
Sounds like something from Harry Potter.
Troll corner back there, Gimli.
I was gonna say it's easy to get some.
The Gimli nook back there.
Give him his ring so we can have the show go.
Got his
12
leg all
hours.
jacked up, ball hanging out. He doesn't give a shit. That's why he stuck it back there.
yeah, this is awesome.
It went from
You like
a-hole to
that? Do you
Gimli
like-
nook back there.
Do you like your new area, your new
Because
space?
it's not hot and gross, other than my hot and grossness.
I was gonna say you're there, so
Well,
it's
it is the winter time, but we are gonna one of the improvements in that room is going to be the addition of a 6-inch. I'll
I
let
only
you
got 2 inches to work with.
air conditioning duct, so that'll be nice and cool for y'all in there.
By the way, we love not having you in the same room too. Just so you know.
Yeah, I'm currently working on
It does smell like balls in here.
ball cooling.
I'm just getting like subtle whiffs of.
See, because you don't have a room full of people to absorb it all now.
And you know what? The good news.
You get to absorb it all just in one shot, man.
Hey,
To
the
be
good
fair,
news
I
for
can't tell if it's me or him, but the smell is definitely there.
you know what? The good news is for a player to be named later, you can't shut the door. Otherwise, I'd go shut the door right now and let them stew in their own smell over
Oh,
there.
we gotta. I gotta have eye
I got a
contact
window
with,
open. We're good.
with my. I gotta have eye contact with my producer.
past the
Quick
screens.
strobe light him.
Oh, that's right. He gets a strobe light. Yeah. All right. Well, I like
Oh, my
this setup.
God.
What do you think of the setup? Is this?
This is
We gotta-
awesome.
we gotta do.
Comfortable.
It's gonna be even better.
You know what? I think I'm going to keep this
What?
desk.
Yeah,
I was
definitely.
going to get like this big. I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I mean, I definitely need to get some lighting and some ambiance in here.
Yeah.
I'm going to paint the ceiling black and
This is a lot more comfortable. I think we're all more comfortable.
then being packed in that room.
Yes.
For sure.
Absolutely.
We also have to work on the Davis signal.
Yeah, yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing it.
Oh, is this the Davis
not-
signal?
So is it a giant light, but instead of a bat, it's a cheeseburger?
It's a Macroponus.
Yeah.
There's not much to see.
It's a Macroponus built to scale.
This is the Davis signal. So I don't think it's built to scale. I
Tell you
think,
what, it better be a drooping Macropolis who's
I
lost
think,
5 games in a row now too. By the way,
like this, maybe. Here we go.
Yeah, how's the barbecue?
I think that's more about where it's at. Right
We need to
there.
get that into full swing, so like that way when
think.
I'm busy or out and about, you can just flash it in the air, and I'll be like, the show's starting.
what are they saying on
Yeah,
the
like-
chat? By the way,
There you go. I think that's more accurate.
no, point it down because your team sucks.
That's right.
What are they saying in the chat just before we?
Yeah, Tyler Shields, 6 inches would be a great improvement for Mad Mike.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Some.
Nice.
That's why it smells so bad.
Yeah.
Just keep it in there.
All
Keep it in
right.
there.
Leland, what have we learned today?
that we have a nicer setup than we've had before, and these microphones suck.
Yeah, these microphones are going back. Mad Mike, what have you learned today in your new space?
That Michigan is terrible, and eventually the last part of Michigan will leave itself, and it'll be annexed by Wisconsin and Ohio.
Or how about just Canada?
Damn. Chuck, What have you learned today?
Michigan misses the Bo Schembechler days so
oh my
bad.
God, we do.
Oh, man.
Those are great days.
And Tom Brady will be a head coach somewhere. He's going into coaching, period.
I hope he does go to Michigan. I really do.
How could he
That
not?
would be amazing. That would be amazing.
Money.
Pertuker, what have you learned today?
I don't know if I necessarily learned anything. But I will say that I'm looking forward to. Well, I'm not necessarily looking forward to it because I know you guys are going to be super bored and frustrated if it happens. But
Just
like,
freaking say something.
if
Good
they
Lord.
if they shut down the NFL and all sports and all that good stuff, like I don't know what you guys are going to do. We can probably do.
Why
the
would you look
competitive-
forward to that then?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. Maybe just
'Cause you're an
mix it
ass?
up.
Just because you're.
Because I'm a bad person.
The make fun of Mike Allen's football team power.
we can
every
take pics.
time.
Maybe we can bring back lawn
That's
darts.
going to be the death knell for pretty
Jarts.
much every.
Bring back jarts.
It's going to be the death knell for pretty much every small business.
What's
Yeah.
that?
The lockdown.
The 15-week lockdown they're
Yep.
talking about.
But here's what I see happening. One, they've defunded the police, so the police don't care. They're not going to put themselves in a position to get fired. Right now in Austin, it's that situation. That's why the governor wants to step in with the state police, because APD and all the guys I'm talking to is like, Mike, we don't go out on the street because if we have contact with a citizen, they know all they have to do is complain, and we get fired.
So they just stay at the substation? or
So they
stay in
just
the car?
they just don't. They just go to calls. That's it. They don't run traffic. They don't run. Very few run traffic. They have to do just the bare minimum. And a lot of the guys I went to academy with, they're all in office jobs somewhere, just avoiding all citizen contact because they just want to get to retirement and get out.
Right.
Yes.
So you have a situation where you have no law enforcement. So they're going to have a lockdown, and then people are just going to be like, "Screw it, man! I'm going to work." And who's going to enforce it? Who's going to go give them a ticket? Who's going to arrest them? Who's going to shut down these businesses?
Okay, you got to save something for next week's show. Come on. You're trying to wrap it up.
So, but anyway, all
By
right.
the way, real quick, one thing,
go ahead.
one other thing we did learn. This year's Mike Allen's fantasy football team would kick the auto drafts team ass from last year.
Yes, it will.
He's got 3 wins, ladies and gentlemen.
Three wins.
I've already doubled my win total from last year.
Yeah, he beat you and he beat me.
He didn't beat me.
I thought he beat
No.
you.
No, I
he
beat
didn't beat me.
I beat
I kicked his ass.
Okie.
Okie. I beat
Yeah.
Okie when Okie was like smoking.
Let's see, and he beat me. And who else did you? Oh, and the guy that didn't.
Well, the guy that I think is quit because he's got
Yeah.
like 3 people on a bye week
I
this
know.
week.
But to be fair,
I think he's
even
got
if he
like
had,
a total of, hold on, I'll look real
even
quick.
if he had the guys that are on his bench in those 3 spots, you still would have won.
I don't know,
to
because
be-
I won with like 75 points.
No.
He only had
it was
37.
bad.
He only had 36. So
Yeah, I surprisingly did well.
I'm 5-2. I'm back in the playoffs. That's all I
84
care
to
about.
37.
There you go. See that? You would have beat him.
Yeah. All right.